Good morning, folks. It's your boy Richie Richer. Today in this video, I am back with another Fast and Furious car explanation video for you guys. As you might have seen in my last video, I recently talked about the 1993 Honda Civic EJ1 from the first Fast and Furious movie. So we're still sticking with the first installment, and this is actually my last car from the first installment, and afterwards we're going to be moving on to the second installment, which is 2 Fast and Furious. So that one's going to be a good one. I've got one car planned for this from the second movie. So I got one car planned from the second movie. I got it in my head. I got it in my head of what car I'll talk to you guys about, and I'll possibly be doing it on Monday. Who knows? But I got a lot of options planned. Just don't know like what else I can do, but after that, like I'll figure out what else I can do for the time being. So today today I'll be talking to you guys about the 1970 Dodge Charger RT from the Fast and the Furious 2001. So this is from the first movie. And afterwards I got another car planned, but it's from 2 Fast and Furious, so that one is gonna have to wait. So I got it all planned. Just need to find the right time to do it. So which I will have eventually in the near future. But who knows? I'll get that done and I'll record a video for that, and then afterwards I'll do possibly more cars from the second movie, or the third one, or 4th, 5th, 6th, the 7th one, 8th, 9th, or maybe the 10th. If they have any info on the cars from the 10th installment, then maybe I could possibly do it. Who knows? But I'll find out eventually in the near future. But well, I'll just gotta stick with the old Fast and Furious movies before I get to the newer one. Before I get to the newer Fast and Furious movies, but we'll find out. Anyways, yeah, the car I'm talking about is the 1970 Dodge Charger RT from the Fast and the Furious 2001. So it's from the first movie. So like I said, afterwards I'll do more info on more Fast and Furious cars, and got one from the second movie planned, and so on and so forth. I'll see what I can do for that. Alright, before we start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe. So like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit also you are alerted of when I make a new upload. So yeah, and hit also you are alerted of when I make new uploads. So with that being said, let's get started. So here we go. The 1970 Dodge Charger RT from the Fast and the Furious 2001. Here we go. Overview first. We're off to like a bad, like kind of rocky start. The manufacturer is by, I don't really want to say this, Chrysler. Oh my god. One of the worst American car manufacturers. One of the worst car manufacturers in the world. I always hate Chryslers. They're always terrible. Like, I bet you guys are going to be saying the same thing, and I totally agree with you all. Chryslers are just terrible. Like, they're awful. I mean, literally, they just don't think they'll ever make, like, an old classic 60s, 70s muscle car from that. But if they would, I would not ever drive one. Like, I would rather walk instead of being seen driven that one, which I'll never will. I promise you guys, I'll never drive a Chrysler. Ever. Because, I mean, like, the 300C, for example, that is basically a Mercedes, underneath. But, I'd rather drive a Mercedes than a Chrysler. So I would rather drive a Mercedes than a Chrysler. Like Mercedes are just, like, much more popular and high-tech, whereas Chryslers, terrible. I mean, literally, like, I wish Chrysler would have never existed, but I just prefer Mercedes. Anyways, let's just move on. So, overview: manufacturers by Chrysler. Terrible. The make is Dodge, so it's kind of a little bit okay, a little bit better. The model, the model is a Charger RT, so that's fantastic. The production years from 1970. Model status is discontinued. So yeah, discontinued. Body and chassis next. The class is a pony car. The character information is next. The drivers are Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, and Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker. May rest in peace. It's been over 10 years since Paul passed away. I mean, I would imagine what the Fast and Furious franchise would be like if Paul was alive again. If he was alive again, that would be great. And, that way, Universal wouldn't have to, like, wait for so long until they have to find the right time to finish off Furious 7. I mean, literally, like, they did that. Like, after Paul died, like, the film crew had to stop filming after the incident happened. And, after a while, they had to get back to filming the movie, and this time they had to have Paul's brothers step in and take place of filming Paul's final scenes. They put themselves in Paul's shoes, and they stepped up to do the movie for them. So to do the movie for him. So I mean, literally, it's just the worst feeling to behold. Literally, I mean, I just wish Paul was here. That would be great, to have Paul back. I mean, that's my wish. I wish for Paul to be back with us, with his brothers and with the cast members like Vin, Michelle, Jordana, Tyrese, Chris, Sun King, Gal Gadot, Dwayne, everybody there. I mean, that would be great. For Paul to be back. I mean, I wish he was. I wish he was here. I wish he was here with us, but. I mean, like, what can you do? I mean, if you I wish for him to be back. Even if it's not possible, I just still wish he was here. But like, it's tough to lose someone you care about so much. Even Paul. Paul's like the heart and the soul of the entire movie franchise. So, yeah. But I believe I hope his character will be in action, of the 11th installment, because Dwayne Johnson's character, Hobbs, is back in the franchise. Thank God he's back. If he was not, then I don't know what the world, like, what the movie franchise would be like without him. So, like, the hate between Johnson and Diesel are finally over, because as you might have noticed in, like, back in 2011 for the fifth installment, they did not get along so well for so many years, from 2011 up to, like, 2023. The beef between them, as they call it, or, like, I call it, like the hate between them after 12 years is finally over, and they're back to doing the movie. Thank God. And Vin Diesel convinced Johnson to return to the franchise. He begged him to return, but The Rock simply refused to join. But he might be making his return to the 11th installment. Who knows? Because we did see him in the ending credits of Hobbs. He took like his mask off, and he got a call from Dante Reyes, played by Jason Momoa, who's also featured in Aquaman. Pretty cool. And after that, I think Hobbs crushed his phone. Like, I think it's possible to crush your phone. You would have to have so much force in order to do that. But at the same time, you would kind of get this feeling that you're gonna break your hand if you just snap a phone, like crush it in pieces almost. I've seen in like TV shows and all that stuff, people crushing their phones into the break, especially Fast 10, because Hobbs is now out to get revenge on Dante. But we'll see how that goes in the upcoming movie. Hobbs and Shaw #2 will be somewhat released. I don't know when, but at some point, there have been rumors saying that the second Hobbs and Shaw movie might be out, and then we got like Fast X Part 2, as they call it, which is also known as Fast 11, and then Fast 12, I presumably think it might be the last movie. I got no idea, but we'll find out eventually in the near future. At that time, I might not be doing YouTube because I'll be working and, working for my job, paying bills and all that stuff. I know it's going to be stressful, but, I have to do it. It's part of life. I can't just keep doing YouTube every time. And even if I want to, I just still can't because I gotta sometimes work. But we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that works. Anyways, completely forgot where I was. Alright, I'll start this over again. So, overview, manufactured by Chrysler. Gonna ignore that. So, manufacturers by Chrysler. Like I said, ignoring that. The make is a Dodge. The model is a Charger RT. Production years from 1970. The model status is discontinued. The body and chassis is next. The class is a pony car. Character information is next. The drivers are Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, and Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker. Again, may rest in peace. Say Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker. May rest in peace. The uses are for pursuit, racing, standard driving, and breaking Dom out of a prison transport bus. The status is damaged for the first one from the Fast and the Furious 2001. Destroyed but rebuilt, Fast and Furious 2009. Damaged, Fast 5, 2011. Because Hobbs crushed Dom's Charger with the Gurkha. So damaged, Fast 5, 2011, and destroyed, which is the off-road version, and the original one as well, from Furious 7, 2015, which I got right here. Like I said, I'll get my console from my place, and I'll watch the movie. And I even got the Ultimate Collection 3 movie set. So I got these two I'm gonna watch, specifically this one, to honor Paul Walker. So that is gonna be good, like very much. Alright, so Destroyed or Off-Road and original from Furious 7, 2015. So the films are from The Fast and the Furious, 2001, Fast and Furious, the fourth movie, which is the fourth movie which is also part of the second trilogy as well. So it's the fourth movie in the second trilogy. So The Fast and the Furious 2001, Fast and Furious, the fourth movie, part of the second trilogy. So The Fast and the Furious 2009. Sorry, I am just messing up. So The Fast and the Furious 2001, Fast and Furious 2009, which is the fourth movie, part of the second trilogy. So Fast and Furious 2009, Fast 5, 2011, Fury 7, 2015, F9, I was going to say Fast 9, 2021, and then Fast X, which is known as Fast 10, in 2023. Similar cars to that is the 1968 Dodge Charger RT Maximus Edition from Fury 7, 2015, because that one is like, it did not have any paint on it. It had like brushed aluminum all around the body, and it had over 2,000 horsepower. That's more of a drag car than a muscle car, honestly. I mean, it is a muscle car, but it's more like drag racing. But it's like more for use of drag racing almost, you know. With that kind of power, you just pew, take off like a torpedo almost. Literally, the way, like, with that much power, 2,000 horsepower, you would just go like pew, straight away like a flea. Like a housefly almost. You just go at that kind of speed. Say, similar car is 1968 Dodge Charger RT Maximus, 2,000 horsepower from Fury 7 2015. Absolutely outrageously insane. Sorry, Fury 7 2015. Here we go. The 1970 Dodge Charger RT is a major car driven by Dominic Toretto in the Fast and the Furious franchise. He drives more Dodge, like Chargers, than Mustangs almost. He also drives Chevelles and Plymouths, like the GTX, I think it was, and all that kind of stuff. History is next. The Fast and the Furious 2001. The 1970 Dodge Charger RT was kept inside the garage of the Toretto house, was built by Dom and his father in his youth. When his father was killed in a stock car accident so it's called stock car. So stock car is like part of the NASCAR circus or NASCAR series, I think. I don't know, but there's a difference between the two. Say, when his father was killed in a stock car accident by Kenny Linder, played by Jim Parak, Dom refused to drive the car because he was afraid of it. When Brian became integrated into the crew and even began dating Dom's sister, Mia, Dom led him to the garage and showed him the Charger. The car is famed for its incredible power at 900 horsepower, but it was taken out of a drag car and holding a record quarter-mile time at just 9 seconds flat, set by Dom's father at the Los Angeles or LA County Raceway in Palmdale, California. When Johnny Tran and Lance do a drive-by and kill Jesse, played by Chad Lindbergh, the same character who drove the Jetta, which I talked about a few days ago, I think. I don't know, but roughly around there, I think, or maybe yesterday. I can't remember. So when Johnny Tran and Lance do a drive-by and kill Jesse, played by Chad Lindbergh, a pursuit starts with Brian and Dom chasing after him. Brian driving the Toyota Supra, which I talked about 6 months ago, like half a year ago, and Dom driving the Charger. Dom uses it to knock Lance off his bike and down a hill. When Johnny is killed by Brian, well, he's been shot, he and Dom meet up at a red light ready to race. As the light turns green, Dom performs a wheelie, which shows the raw power of the RT. But I believe that was used with hydraulics to get the car to lift up the front wheels off the ground. Because some cars wouldn't need hydraulics. Because for those cars, they would not really need hydraulics. Because if you have enough traction at the rear wheels and enough power, you'll be able to get the car to lift its front end off the ground. But sometimes they would just spin up only. They will only spin up the rear wheels if it has not got if it has got let's say too much traction, then it would just spin up its rear wheels and it would not do wheelies. It will not lift up the front wheels off the ground. So with enough power and enough grip, you'll be able to get the car to lift its nose up off the ground. So yeah, as the light turns green, Dom performs a wheelie, which shows the raw power of the RT. Brian uses his NOS to simply keep up with the Charger. They approach an oncoming train both drive through the barrier and narrowly miss hitting the train. After landing, both Dom and Brian are seen smiling as the race is over, but Dom hits the end of a semi-truck. Well, the front of the semi-truck on the side. This sends him and the Charger airborne and then rolling over numerous times. Although Dom survives with minor injuries, the Charger is rendered inoperable. In other words, it's like damaged so badly that it would not even work at all. It will not be functional. It might not even start. Who knows? So it's rendered inoperable. At which point Brian hands over the Supra to Dom, leaving the Charger on a road, and that leaves to Dom in the Supra and drives away. So leaving the Charger on the road. Next up, we got specifications. All right. So, all right. So specifications. Here we go. The Dodge Charger RT used in the Fast and the Furious featured a false, which is like fake, BDS 871 root style supercharger with chrome-plated plastic attached to the hood. Butterflies traditionally, which are like the valves on the supercharger, don't open or react when the engine of a Dodge Charger RT is revved. The RT appeared to have 900 horsepower and rear-wheel drive, but that was taken out of a drag car, and they stuffed it into the Charger. So it's have 900 horsepower and rear-wheel drive. The original RT used a hydraulic ram for the burnout wheelie scene. However, the Hemi that appears during the garage reveal scene, the supercharged Chrysler 426 Hemi V8, wasn't used for action sequences. And instead, a 383 Ci from Mopar was presumably used in its stead. Additionally, the RT is thought to have been a 1968 Dodge Charger disguised with 1970s parts such as the front and mixed trim. Modifications made to the RT included its use of nitrous oxide, modifications made to the RT included its use of nitrous oxide, which is never really seen in there, or it might have been, but it just might be somewhere else in the car. So Dom really didn't use the nitrous. Brian did. So nitrous oxide, Catherine wheels, stainless steel mesh grille, and a full roll cage. The RT uses a rear-wheel drive, or RWD, and Continental Sport Contact tires, which are almost the same, which are a little bit similar Continental Sport Contact tires as Brian's Skyline R34 GTR, which I talked about months ago from the fourth movie. So yeah, rear-wheel drive and Continental Sport Contact tires that are 18 by 8 inches at the front and 18 by 8.5 inches at the rear. And I've been doing some math recently for this. So 18 by 8, 18 times 8 equals 144. And then 18 times 8.5 is 153. So if I'll do 153, take away 144, that'll equal, 153 take away 144, that'll equal 9. So at the rear, it's like 9 millimeters or centimeters, like bigger or wider than the ones in the front. So yeah, the RT uses rear-wheel drive and Continental Sport Contact tires that are 18 by 8 inches at the front and 18 by 8.5 inches at the rear. Now we got the trivia, and that will be it. Alright, Roman Pierce's, so trivia, here we go. Roman Pierce's, played by Tyrese Gibson, phone identifies Dom by showing an image of his Charger when he rings. Vin Diesel has deep respect for the car, kissing it at the Furious 7 2015 trailer debut, which is kind of weird, but I bet it's just because he likes that car so much, I believe. And like, also it was the final film for Paul Walker before his tragic passing. I mean literally, it's just sad without Paul being with us. But what we know is that he's watching over them in spirit, and and they would know that they'll know that Paul will be proud, even for his daughter. Um, Paul will be proud of Meadow Walker for being in the movie. I mean, it's just brilliant. It's touching and even heartwarming as well. It's just fantastic. I mean, I don't know what to say, but I mean, it's the best. So Vin Diesel has deep respect for the car, kissing at the Furious 7 2015 trailer debut. When Brian When Brian repairs the Charger to save Dom for from the prison bus at the end of the fourth movie, the Charger's rear plate now reads 3DHI832. Now for this, I don't really talk about number plates at all for this. Like, I never have, but for just today, this is the one I'll talk about, and for the rest, never, because it's not really necessary to talk about number plates these days, because, and by the way, those, I believe they're like kind of fake or something when they were used in the movie. I don't think they were used in real life. I can't remember, but so the Charger's rear plate now reads 3DHI832, the same plate Brian had on a Skyline earlier in the movie. So earlier in the film, before it got blown up. But that was just like but that was the buggy car. The buggy car. It's like, it's basically like a dune buggy chassis with a fiberglass R34 shell on the back, on the top of it. And then the back had a flat 4 Beetle engine. So yeah. So when Brian repairs the Charger to save Dom from the prison bus at the end of the fourth movie, the Charger's rear plate now reads 3DHI832, the same plate Brian had on his Skyline earlier in the movie. The Charger's blower in the first movie was fake, so it did not have a real supercharger kit to it. So in the first movie was fake. Dennis McCarthy, who's the picture car coordinator for Tokyo Drift, the first movie, 5th, 6th, and then 7th, and possibly the 8th as well. So Dennis McCarthy and his team built a mold. I couldn't even say it right. Built a mold of the Charger to make it easier to build new Chargers in the future. As of 2020, the original Hero Charger from as of 2020. The worst year in history because of lockdown. It was just terrible. As of 2020, the original Hero Charger from the Fast and the Furious 2001 is with a private owner in Europe. And that is it, guys. So sorry if I kind of messed up or didn't even say it right, but I mean, like, that's how it is for me. Like, I struggle a lot with this, but I'll try to do it a little bit better for my next video. And for my next video, it's going to be a good one. So that is it, guys. So that was my last Fast and Furious car from the first movie. Now we're moving on to the second installment. So I'll be doing one from the second movie, and then after that, presumably I'll do another one from the third movie. Who knows? I'll find out what I can do. And so yeah, so that is it, guys. So if you guys like this video, like it, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Comment down below of what else you guys want me to do in the near future. But I got a lot of options planned, but I'll see what I can do. Alright, I gotta get going now. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe, have a great day. I was gonna say good, but great is a better word. So yeah, stay tuned, have a great day, and even a great weekend as well. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video on Monday. So presumably on Monday. Alright. So I gotta get going. So yeah, until then, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video on Monday. So take care, folks. Bye-bye.